Okay, hello everyone, and if you made it here to this video, you're welcome to U's Tech Studio, and that's Usti Alhaji Service Enterprise Tech Studio, and I Usti will be giving you lectures today on how you can learn to become a front-end developer. And the main purpose of this video actually is to provide an overview and like a foundational knowledge of what you will learn in the upcoming class, because I'm hosting a class soon, maybe as from 1st of November, and we'll be training students on how to become a front-end developer and becoming a professional front-end developer. So now this main topic in this lecture today, in this video today, is all about telling you what's HTML, foundational knowledge on HTML, go practical on it to some extent, not really going deep, but at least an overview on what HTML is, CSS, JavaScript, and libraries like React, version control like Git and GitHub. At the end of this video, that's what you should understand. What are these? What all these words, all this English, all this grammar I'm writing here now, what are they about? What can they do? What is the help? What is the need for it? Now, and additionally, in the class later on, you are going to learn SEO content, responsive design, debugging and testing. That's later, but that will not be included in this video. But before we continue from there, can we get into what is software itself? What is software development? What do we call software itself? Software, we all know that when we have a system, when we call a computer, we have what we call hardware and software, and softwares are just the one we can see but we can't touch, and the hardware part is one we can touch. Like everything we operate on the system, we look at it in the screen, but we cannot touch them, we cannot see them live, we cannot, even if you break the system, we can't see it inside. Those are software, yeah. But again, you can have software as a set of programs, instructions, a set of programs, instructions that you gave to the computer to perform a specific task. That's a software. You are the one, we human are the one who create softwares. Do you get? As much as we are the one that create the hardwares, but the softwares are like set of programs, instructions you give to the computer to perform a specific task. The computer is intelligent, but itself also is also dull without humans. So we have to give it what to do before it performs it. It's intelligent, but at least it's also dull. If you are not giving a set of instructions, it won't work. So that software as a whole, the instructions we give the computer to do. So when we need to name softwares now, we say we have program softwares, system software, programming softwares, system softwares, and middleware softwares, and application software. Application software, this general software that we programmers create ourselves, are all application softwares that we create ourselves for users to use, like all these word editors and PDF. All this one are is application software. We create it for users' benefit, for them to use for a particular task, to perform a particular task. But when we talk of programming softwares, are those ones we use to create other application softwares. We use them to create. And when we talk about system software are the ones that make the system to work as a whole. Because as your system is, I told you, system is dull, is a dullant. Unless you give it what to do, it won't do it. It's actually intelligent, but it's also dull. So as a system, there is a system software, like the operating system. Now, if a system is like this, you can't understand the language of a system, because you just be seeing 1 and 0. It will just write everything. That's why when you take your system sometimes and there's no operating system on it, you just see the kind of languages it writes on it, and you'll be scared that whoa, what's wrong with my system? Is crashing. No, that the system is trying to communicate to you, but you don't understand what it's saying. So there is what we call operating system. That's what is being installed on the system that make it even power on and show you screen, and you are seeing everything in the system. There's an operating system where every other application is operating on. Antivirus is also like a system software, because the system used it. But other applications that we use to perform other tasks in the system, which is not for the system's sake but for our own sake as well, is what we call application softwares. And the middleware software is the one that stands between applications to work. It's standing between applications. It makes two applications to work together. It's just from the name, you see middle there. So let's not go deep into all those ones. So we go forward. Software development, now you now know, is creating and testing and maintaining software applications. You now know what is software. You now know what we call software. You now know what we call software applications. from the a little explanation I gave just now. So what is web development? Web development is like a software development focused on building application and website that run on the internet. What is internet as a whole? Internet is like a global interconnected a network of like a global interconnected computers. That's why you see that you can be here, so you can be in the US and I'll be here, and I'll operate your system from here. That's why you see a lot of people can pitch into your system and do something, because when you get to the internet, is like your system is connected with is like over the air. So that's the internet on its own. It's like a network of interconnected computers. All the computers that's going into the internet are connected, but with some securities that you can't actually come into my system except I give you permission that okay, we'll come into my system. Like you'll be in the US, I can from here and like work on your system from there. You can just be sitting on at your comfort, holding your jaw and like be looking at your system, and I'll be here operating your system. Yeah, that's how internet can work also. So website, what are website? These are a set of like web pages combined in like a network of connected web pages that bring what's our web pages, like all these HTML documents. We are still going to talk about HTML today, but they are like documents, different. Maybe let me use your language, like pictures, videos, and text, and all these documents that are connected together are called web pages. So there is what we call web server. That's where you can like that's where you can host your websites. As a web server now, a web server is like, okay, a web server will communicate to a server. When you host your website online on the internet, I cannot just go into your website without using a web server. A web server has to be the one to search for a website for me before I can see that okay, this is what I need. I need to operate through a website. A web server. That's one thing again there. So that's web development. To develop a website now is what we know as web development. The items on the internet. How do we showcase our things? We want to do this. We want to do that. How do we showcase everything? How do we develop them? So learning web development now shows that if people want to have something that they want to showcase, a text, a video, a an image, an article, something they want to showcase it on the internet, they want some function, like a particular function to be done on the internet. Do you get? You as a software developer or a web developer has to help this person put it out there. So everything, I have a company, I have a real estate company. I want my customers to be able to like order, look at my product and order from there. Like let me be able to like post my buildings and everything on the internet. Let them be able to like watch and be like, okay, I need this, I need this, I need this, and communicate to me directly. I can't do it myself. I have to hire you a web, because you understand the internet, you understand the protocols, you understand a way to like code this and like put it out there for me. Let it be on the internet, let it be online, let it be over the air. So you as a web developer have this ability to do all this. And again, let's move down from all this. Let's not waste much of our time. Let's just go to like, okay, as a software developer, you have like development stages that you go through. Like planning, first of all, you have to think, okay, my customers now, like I'm a loan company and people are taking loan from me. And when people take loan from me, I don't want to sit down and start using pen and calculating every time what's the rate, what's this, what's the, okay. After I know the rate I want to give this person, after I know the duration this person wants to like pay, after I have the amount this person wants to take, I just want a software that once I just enter all this, it just give me the loan amount this person is going to pay every month. It's going to pay every day. It's going to pay every year. I just want a software like that will give me all these things. So once you plan all these things like this, it's time for you to design. Every programmer has a diagram, like an architect. Before you build a house, now you have to draw what your plan. You have to know what you are going to do. That's like every programmer. We also have like diagrams of what we are going to do. You have to sketch it out, something we are going to follow. You can't just enter the system and you get confused, except it's just a minor project you just want to do. You get confused at the end of the day. So you have to have like a draft, something you are following. So like coding implementation, that's when you now go to your wherever you are coding your code environment and start coding it. Then when you are done, you have to test it. That's why we have developer tools, dev tools, and Chrome dev tools and other libraries that you can use in testing your project. Then deployment is when you deploy your project, and after you like this. Facebook had been done since ages, but up till date Facebook are still working on maintenance. Twitter has been done up till date. So that's how you continue. No matter how you give your website today, you can't finish everything. No matter how you give your application today, you can't finish everything. You have to continue maintaining it because the world is changing every day. So these are like stages, continuous stages web developers or software developers go through every day. You understand? So let's talk about types of web development projects that we have. Like there are static websites. Static website, you can just build it with front end. Like what you are going to learn now, we are going to develop a static website. You can use all this you learn from here to develop a static website. Actually, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. JavaScript is even optional. Some, just like a portfolio like this now, you can do it without even JavaScript. You get it? Because there is no any functionality that I will actually tell you later what is HTML, what CSS, what is JavaScript. But just here, these are kind of websites. These are kind of things we call website, like a UBA bank corporate website. Now you see that one, you can call it a static website because you as a user, you have nothing to do there. It's just for you to go view, read, and understand everything that is there. A dynamic website involve like front end, back end data. Like this one, the user can do something. You can input, you can navigate, you can press buttons. There are forms and every other thing there. You understand that you can do. But here you can only see form, buttons, and all these things, but you can't really operate as a user. You only go and see. That's why you call it static. It's not dynamic. You understand? So there's web applications like Jumia, Konga. All these ones are something you will learn to develop today. Sorry, not today, but at least from the course. E-commerce website and content management system. Content management have all these Neuraland, Pulse, all these WordPress, and all these ones. Like all those people that have medias that post news and everything, like using PHP and all those. Why should you learn front-end development? Because if you want to become a software developer in future, you have to start from somewhere. You have to be a full stack. To be a web developer, you have to be a full stack. And being a full stack it has 3 stages. I mean, you have to be a front end before you be a back end, before you know what's called database. If you are not going through all these 3, how can you even create a website? How can you have anything to do with softwares? So, and in general today, you should see the world is changing into the IT space. Everywhere you go in the world today, you see everybody wants to have like, I'm a real estate, I want to have my website. I'm a this, I want to have this, because everybody knows the world is changing to IT space. Everybody wants to be online. Everybody wants to be in the internet. So let's forget about it. All the work that we are thinking is the one work that is building every day and requiring more people, because people are getting into it every day, is software development. Because every day by day, people are realizing the importance of staying online, importance of having softwares. So every company is today now, no matter even if they have created software, at least they need us to still manage it for them. So it's growing in demand. There are a lot of people looking for it outside here today to have softwares. So once you have these skills, forget about it that okay, are you sure I'm going to have work? Because it's something that is growing, it's something that is trending, it's something that is leading. So having the skills and thinking there is going to be any issues in front for you to like find work is like actually something that you shouldn't be having issues with. User interface focus is like, okay, do you now having your software now, like someone that build Jumia now, seeing everybody going there every day, ordering and being happy and getting what they have from me, is actually fun. Do you understand? Because you innovate something and you see how people are using it, and they are getting happy using what like your product. There's how the joy in you is going to be like different seeing that. So, and again, forget about the high because me, I don't actually go for, because I actually go for passion. You understand? Sometimes I like innovating things that makes people happy. So you check that side of it again, like okay, in software development you innovate stuff that like make people happy, that people go into, and when they do it they be like it stays for lifetime. You understand? And the work flexibility, every software developer at the end of this course today, you understand that oh, anywhere I am from this country, from this world, I can actually work with anywhere the company is. That at the end of here you know that okay, that's why we have Git and GitHub, all those. So yeah, getting started with front-end development. Right now, let's say okay, to become a front-end developer you need to learn the core skills, like 3 core skills, which is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You need to learn these 3 core programming language. Okay, and before you can learn this, what do you need to do first? You need to be like have, okay, now before we continue from here, I want every one of you to think of yourself as a chef. And as a chef, before you cook a food you need a kitchen. So in coding, our kitchen is our code editors and our IDEs. IDE is like integrated development environment, an environment where you develop your products, what you are working on, your magic. That's an environment where you go and perform your magic and bring it out to people to see that they'll just be seeing that, oh, I just navigate there and I buy my things, I do it, but they don't know actually what you do, the magic you do to bring out this application for them to be enjoying today. So code editors too are like places you like type in your code. It's just like a kitchen. That's why I say look at yourself as a chef. And as an every chef, before you like cook food, you have to get a kitchen, because it's in a kitchen you stay and perform all the magic you need to do. So they are very popular. There are different popular code editors and IDEs like Notepad, this Atom, Sublime Text, Vim. But the most popular one is Visual Studio Code. And this Visual Studio Code is the code editor that I know that most developers are using, and you will see why everybody like using it, because of the simplicity. Even me, I love it more than every other code editor. That's why I've been using. So I recommend everybody that is watching this video to actually use Visual Studio Code during this lecture. So for you to install it, just go to Visual Studio Code website, just write the website there and click on the download button, and you download it. Once downloaded, open the installer and follow prompt to install VS Code. That's just all. After installation, launch VS Code, familiarize yourself with the interface. But during the course, don't worry, all this is going to be done. I'm going to there is going to be a video or like a lecture on VS Code as itself on every item that is there. We are going to talk about it one after the other. Now that you have your coding kitchen ready, because after this now I'm expected that you would have paused this video and actually maybe download a VS Code from their website, official website. So now let's dive into the first aspect of web development, which is what? HTML. So now I'll go to my kitchen right now. So let me look for my kitchen. Just type in here. I'm just be like VS Code. Mine is here. I've installed my own, downloaded and installed my own. Is actually there. Now I've gone to my kitchen now, but my kitchen is actually empty. There is nothing in it. How can I bring stuff into it? How can I bring items that I want to use into it? Okay, before I start bringing, I have to bring a box where I'll actually put my items to bring in here. So for